Hi everyone, welcome back to My Service Dog and Me. I'm Kate, and today I want to talk to you about 4 of the top mistakes that we see new handlers make when it comes to socializing their puppies. In the last video, I talked about the who, what, when, where, why of socialization, and today I want to cover some of those top mistakes and how to avoid them. So let's just jump right in. Number 1, socialization trips that are too long, too hard, or too often. This is exactly what it sounds like. People taking puppies out for socialization trips that are just flat out too long, they are too challenging for the puppy, or they are too often. Okay, puppies don't need to go out for hours of socialization every single day. So let's talk about how to avoid it. Keep your trips short. Okay, remember you can always go back for more. Start by going out every other day for just a few minutes and see how it goes. Choose your locations very carefully. Remember, we don't need to take an 8-week-old puppy to a parade or to a large crowd. A quiet park is a great place to start. We talked a little bit about this, like I said, in my last YouTube video. Remember that socialization can include activities at home. There's actually a lot that we can do to build a puppy's confidence and optimism, which are 2 huge pieces of socialization. There's a lot that we can do to build those things right at home without ever even leaving the property. And subscribe to a sort of one new thing per day rule. So with a young puppy, this is hard because everything is new. But if I'm going to take a puppy to the vet, for example, that's the new thing for the day. So I'm not going to purposefully introduce other new things because I don't want to overwhelm my puppy. So if we, like I said, if we go to the vet, then that's going to be my new thing. We're not also going to go to the park or do a brand new confidence building exercise at home. We're just going to try to stick to, generally speaking, one new thing per day. But it's not a hard rule, so don't panic if you accidentally introduce more than one new thing or you take a day where you don't introduce a new thing. The second mistake we see is allowing a puppy to become and stay anxious, stressed, or overly excited. So the thing about this is that I understand that no handler wants their puppy to become anxious or stressed or overly excited. And no handler wants their puppy to stay there. The problem is that most handlers don't recognize the early signs of stress in their dog so that they can step in and prevent it from getting worse. I even see this with dogs that are in quotes advanced, being taken to public access, and their handler saying, "Look how great he did in Target," or "Look how great he did in Walmart." When as a professional, I'm actually looking at a dog who's exceptionally stressed in that environment. So, what I mean by this is puppies who are overly excited, like maybe barking, lunging, they're hyper fixated on something. Maybe they're allowing or not noticing when a puppy begins to become stressed. So like I said, this is an important piece of this, is just not recognizing that the puppy is becoming stressed. And a puppy who cannot take food or play. So a puppy who won't take food or won't play with you, there's a very large possibility that puppy is too excited, he's too stressed, he's too something if he's unable to take food or to play with you in any given situation. So let's talk about avoiding this particular mistake. 1, learn about dog body language and the signs of stress in dogs. This is the only way to avoid this mistake really, is to learn about dog body language. Choose your locations carefully. Again, we want our puppies to have success. Okay, so we want to choose environments where we know they're going to be calm and confident. Make sure your puppy has the needed prerequisite skills. So I often see handlers taking their puppies out for socialization when the puppy has no skills at all. They don't know how to offer eye contact. They don't have any of these necessary prerequisite skills. Generally speaking, when I'm talking about a prerequisite skill for socialization, I'm looking at something like offered eye contact, another behavior that the puppy can offer. They've started building a relationship with their handler. So I'm not going to take an 8-week-old puppy out to some brand new socialization experience because we don't know each other yet. Leash skills are really important for socialization, not heeling. Okay, I'm going to do a separate video on this, but heeling is not the same as having basic leash skills. So a puppy really needs to have basic leash skills before we start to take them out for socialization. Again, not heeling. I'm not waiting for a puppy to have a perfect heel, but there are a couple very simple basic leash skills that I do think they should have before we start taking them off the property for socialization. Also, distance. Use distance. Distance is your friend. Learn about how to use it to create a successful training session and use it to your advantage. Allow your puppy to watch things, train with you, explore, etc. from a distance that he can be successful, calm, and confident at. So basically, start with a guaranteed success. Okay? Because remember, your dog doesn't have to experience everything up close and personal for it to be successful socialization. So very often I see handlers take their puppy somewhere, like to a parade, and like bring them right into the thick of it. The crowds, the noises, the sights, the smells. And the puppy becomes overwhelmed, which the handler doesn't recognize. And now we have a puppy who's becoming more and more nervous around noises and people and things like that, as opposed to getting calmer and calmer around those things. What we want to do is we want to start in a location and at a distance and in a way that we are positive the puppy will be successful, and then make things harder, because it's always easier to start at a distance that was too much and too easy and make it smaller than it is to bring the puppy up close and personal, have them startle, and then we have to fix something. Now, the third mistake I see is letting people greet too many dogs and too many people, especially when it involves taking treats from those other people or playing with those other dogs. Now, yes, I do want a puppy to be social and confident with people and other dogs. I want them to have good social skills. But remember in my last video, we talked about how socialization is about creating what is normal for a puppy. And as a service dog, your puppy is not going to be greeting everybody. He's not going to be playing with everybody. He's not going to be taking food from other people. So only in very rare specific circumstances am I going to have a puppy take food from a stranger. Okay, so I may have people interact with my puppy because I want them to be calm and social, but I'm not necessarily going to have everybody giving my puppy treats. So let's talk about, again, like these slides, what I mean and how to avoid it. So socialization is about teaching a puppy what is normal. So allowing your puppy to greet every person and dog they see, then expect them to ignore people as a service dog, is really just setting you both up for failure. Again, watch the YouTube video I posted most recently. How to avoid this? Your puppy really should ignore more people and dogs than he interacts with. So if you take him out and you allow 3 people to interact with your puppy, great. Then he should probably have 4 people who just walk past him and don't interact with him at all. Avoid having people give your puppy treats in the name of socialization. So again, if there are very specific circumstances in which I may have a puppy take treats from strangers, but generally it's like when we're trying to combat something like jumping or something like that, and we have a very specific training plan in place. But I'm not going to have a puppy taking treats from strangers. It's just a part of the average normal socialization experience, okay? So let's talk about the fourth mistake. Too much or not enough structure during the outing. So here's what I mean. Micromanaging your dog's every move, so either needing to get in there with treats and training and constantly micromanage every little thing that your puppy does, or on the opposite side of that, allowing socialization to be a free-for-all where there's very little structure and your puppy is allowed to do whatever he wants. I see a lot of people doing one or the other of these two things. But we can avoid this, okay? There's a happy medium. So what we want to do is spend time doing outings where training is a priority and outings where casual exploration is the priority. You're there to keep your puppy safe and out of trouble and to create success, not to micromanage every little thing that he does. So while I may take my puppy out for very casual socialization experience once he has some very basic leash skills, and I'm going to let him explore mostly freely and greet people and whatever, but we're still going to have some structure there. We're still going to be learning not to jump. We're not going to be pulling on the leash. I may incorporate little bits of training here and there. So we want to find that balance of between too much freedom and too much structure. We want to provide freedom within a structure, right? So that's the happy medium that we're looking for. So this whole video boils down to learn about dog body language, because that is the only way to set your puppy up for success and to see when that success is starting to fail, and to start with a guaranteed success. Start with a situation that you are almost positive that your puppy will be calm and confident and happy and successful in. because you can always change things to make them, in quotes, harder. But socialization is about good experiences. We want to provide good experiences, not scary experiences. Now, if you want to learn exactly how to do all of this, so even more in depth sort of theory about socialization, so desensitization, habituation, creating good experiences, all of these things, as well as exactly how I socialize a puppy, so exactly how to exercises and things to do in the name of socialization, check out our foundations course. The link is in the description below, because in our foundations course, not only do we teach you all of those prerequisite skills that I mentioned and more, we teach you all the foundation skills that you need for a puppy. We also have a 90-minute web class in there all about socialization. And then you can ask questions and get support from me, the community, and the coaches inside of our off Facebook community there as well. If you are watching this video before March 24th of 2023, then it's coming up, and we're going to hold it live on March 24th, 2023, 6 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So if you want to be able to join us live, you can always join the course before that date and at that time. But if you're watching this after that, then the replay is there for you, and you can always ask questions inside our community. So I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye.